HOOK opening lines. She stood in the pouring rain. Her clothes were soaked, but it wasn't just water on her face, it was pain, and yet she smiled. He almost drove past her. Almost. But something made him stop. He didn't know it then, but that one ride would change her life and save his as well. Before we begin, if this story touches your heart, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Everyday Grace for more real, emotional stories that prove kindness still lives. Among us. It was a Thursday morning. Cold, gray, and quiet. Samir, a 38-year-old rideshare driver, was on his usual rote, coffee in hand, driving through the silence that had become his life since his divorce. He wasn't sad, but he wasn't living either. At a red light, he noticed her, maybe 22, standing at a bus stop with a soaked scarf and a broken heel. She looked exhausted, but still managed a polite smile at every passing car. Samir almost ignored her, but something made him roll down the window. "Need a ride?" he asked softly. She hesitated, nervous, unsure, then slowly nodded. She clutched a worn satchel as she got in. He asked, "Where to?" "To St. Mary's Hospital," she said quietly. "Visiting someone?" "No, applying for a janitor job. My mom used to work there. Before cancer took her." Samir said nothing, just nodded. It was a short drive, but heavy with silence. As they neared the hospital, she finally spoke. "You didn't have to stop. No one else did." Samir smiled slightly. "I almost didn't." She smiled back. This time it was different, a real smile, one that hid storms behind it. 3 days later, he saw her again standing outside the same hospital, holding a rejection letter. Tears welled in her eyes, though she tried to look strong. Samir watched from across the street. Then he walked over. "Need a ride again?" he asked gently. She looked surprised, then smiled faintly. "You? Again?" She tried to laugh. "But I'm not going anywhere." Samir nodded. "That's okay. Neither am I." Her name was Zoya, and what started as a ride became conversations. Those conversations became something deeper. She told him about dropping out of college after her mother died, about being kicked out by a cruel stepfather, working 2 jobs, barely surviving. Still smiling, Samir admired her strength, but it hurt him to see someone so kind fighting so hard just to breathe. That night, after dropping her at the shelter she stayed in, he made a quiet decision. The next morning, Zoya got a call. "We heard you're looking for work," said a woman from a local bookstore. "Your friend Samir said you're great with people and you love books." Zoya was shocked. She had only mentioned books once in passing. She got the job weeks later. Samir helped her find a tiny studio apartment near the shop. Just a clean bed, a warm lamp, and sunlight through the window. Zoya cried not because she was sad, but because after years someone had seen her. Time passed. Zoya bloomed. She returned to night school. Her voice grew confident, her laughter brighter. Samir still drove her sometimes. But now they dreamed together. One quiet evening, he said, "I was lonely too, before I saw you standing in the rain." Zoya looked at him and whispered, "You saved me." But Samir shook his head slowly. "No, you saved me." Final message. Sometimes to change a life you don't need to do something big. Just stop. Just ask. Just care. Because kindness always returns, often in the ways we least expect. And exactly when we need it most. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to Everyday Grace, where we bring you stories of love, loss, healing, and hope.